At this time, we're going to have the JRTC from Norristown High School present the colors. And we'll have the string selection from our doing the national anthem also.
Forward, march.
Please rise.
And colors.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Jim Williams for the invocation. A little loud.
Yeah, just a little bit. Please join with me as we thank our Creator God and ask His blessings upon our festivities this evening. Join me. Our gracious Heavenly Father, during the season of Thanksgiving, we pause now to give you thanks, for we have much to be thankful for in this great country that we live in. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the Norristown Area School District, caring and loving teachers who care enough to see that their students excel, and there are numerous examples of that, and we just thank you so much. We thank you for able-bodied and caring administrators, and we praise you and we give you thanks for them. And we thank you for the honorees that we honor this evening. Thank you for the example that they have set for others and blazed a trail for others to follow. For all of these things, Heavenly Father, and more, we give you thanks. And now we invite you into our time of meeting, into this ceremony this evening. And all of these things we do pray and ask in your holy and precious name with thanksgiving. Amen.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our 41st annual Hall of Fame Hall of Champions induction ceremony. Tonight we will induct 9 graduates of Norristown High School. Will be honored by the association. We have 4 new inductees that will be welcomed to the Hall of Fame for their successes since graduation, their lifetime work. 5 new inductees will be received in the Hall of Champions based upon their exploits in the athletic arena as students at Norristown High. I would like to mention that each of these individuals prepare themselves for success. It just doesn't happen. On behalf of the association, we'd like to recognize and thank the Norristown Area School District Board of Directors, Superintendent of Schools Christopher Dormer, and Principal Ed Roth. And we also have Tony Palladino, the Athletic Director, for all their support of our organization over the years. On a personal note, I'd like to thank the members of the association for all the time and effort they have given to make this evening possible. I also want to mention that we are also giving recognition. I'd like to thank State Representative Matthew Bradford for providing us with citations from the state. Each inductee will have the picture placed and their bio on the walls of our school for all our students and visitors to read. Our desire is for the rich history of Norristown to be celebrated and passed on to future generations to serve as an inspiration. Also, I'd like to invite anybody who's interested in supporting the organization to please contact a member. The history of our community and school needs to be preserved for future generations. Your help is needed to keep this organization flourishing. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Yolanda Williams to say a couple opening words from the school district.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Yolanda Williams. I'm the assistant superintendent. This is my first time ever being here, and Mr. Dormer is running behind. But, you know, it's a privilege. So when I think about the Hall of Champions, first, this does not take place in many other school districts. I have 3 children, and I often say to my children, your life is not your own, because the life we live is for others. So I would like to acknowledge those of you who have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, to the Hall of Champions, excuse me. Thank you for living a life worth imitating. Our children need it, our community needs it, and our country needs it. So I'd like to thank all of you, and on behalf of the school district, welcome and congratulations.
Ronald R. Spade, class of 1974. Our first inductee into the 2019 class of the Hall of Champions is Ron Spade, a graduate from the class of 1974. A member of the track and field and outdoor teams from 1972 to 1974, Ron earned varsity letters for both indoor and outdoor track and field during all 3 years of high school. He was a member of the Suburban 1 track and field champions in 1972, 1973, and 1974, and a member of the District 1 track and field champions in 1973, finishing as runners-up in 1974. He was voted All Suburban 1 and All District in the shot put, the discus, and the javelin in 1974. He was named PIAA All-State in 1974 for taking first place in the javelin and second place in the discus. Also in 1974, he was considered the best thrower in Pennsylvania, qualifying for the PIAA state meet in javelin, discus, and shot put. Today, Ron is employed as a gunite specialist with Anthony Pools in Norristown. He resides in Mahaffey, Pennsylvania, and is the father of daughter Kristen Shea Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Ron Spade as he enters the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
Yeah.
Steve, going where to sit.
Yeah, Joe showed.
right? Say something.
Oh, of course. Say whatever you want.
Boy.
Have fun.
Okay. Oh, this is a great honor. It's been a long time since I went into school, 45 years. I think the thing I was most proud of was state champion and in the javelin, runner-up in the discus, and third place in the Eastern Nationals in the javelin. This is Norristown, it's my school. And I want to thank everybody for coming, family, friends. I want to thank my coach, Bob Shout, for putting my name in here, and the association for everything they did. I'll remember this forever. Thank you.
Chairs on the pit. Right there. Okay, that's it, right? Congratulations, Ron. Talk to you later.
Wayne Denson, class of 1984. Our next Hall of Champions inductee is Wayne Denson. First, last, and always, football was Wayne's game. As a sophomore, Wayne rushed for 1,085 yards with 9 touchdowns. He was selected first team All-Suburban 1 at running back and second team All-Inquirer. In 1983, his junior year, he rushed for 1,200 yards in only 9 games, missing 3 games due to injury. In the first game of his senior season, he rushed for 235 yards on 21 carries while scoring 5 touchdowns. That year, he was selected first team All-Suburban 1, was the Gilbert's Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pennsylvania State running back, first team Adidas All-American running back, and the 6th ranked running back on the Parade Magazine All-American team. He was also the recipient of the prestigious Maxwell Club Award. Wayne was named 1984's most coveted running back in the nation. Heavily recruited by Nebraska, Michigan, and Temple, as well as many other Division I schools, he accepted a full athletic scholarship to attend Florida State University. Florida State's assistant coach, Chuck Amato, recruited him as a fullback due to his size and promised him a shot at tailback because of his speed. He was described as a franchise athlete. Wayne attended Florida State for 2 years, where he played tailback for legendary coach Bobby Bowden. Wayne lived and worked in Jacksonville, Florida until his death on February 2nd, 2006, at 46 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, let's posthumously welcome Wayne Denson to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
Second man through is Denson, and look out, and Wayne Denson, and a great open field tackle by number 13, Dave Richman. It looked like Denson had the right side.
Elsier in motion at the bottom of your screen. Pitch goes to Wayne Denson over the right side. Denson cuts back up the middle. He's got some running room right through the middle of that Indian defense. Tackle finally made on the play by number 30.
All night. But this time it goes to Wayne Denson. Denson finds some running room. He breaks it right up the middle, and Denson gets up to the 48-yard line before number 14 degrees.
Well, I mentioned that in the pregame show, but you weren't here. So Rich Polito on the pitch to Wayne Denson. Denson looking for some room outside. He turns the corner and carries the William Tennant defender for the first down.
Backs in the open set. Denson number 2, 6, Carmen Bello. Milito getting pressured, falling back. He's got to unload this one. Finally dumps it off. It's up in the crowd. And an incredible catch. An incredible catch by Wayne Denson. Wayne Denson was out there with Dave Elsier. There was
Milito ready at quarterback. Pitch goes to Wayne Denson off the left side. Good pursuit that time. Wayne turns the corner. He's turning upfield. He's going to run over a couple players. Nice run by Wayne Denson. Finally,
dump off to Wayne Denson. Denson almost loses that one. Finally takes it going up the middle. And he gets up to the 50, or make it the 48-yard line.
he's going to hand it off on the delay to Wayne Denson. He's got a lot of running room. This could be a touchdown. Oh, Wayne Denson tripped up at about the 13-yard line.
Line for the Eagles. Draw play now to Denson. Denson breaks some tackles. He's got some running room. He breaks out now to the left side. He's going down the sidelines. It's Stency, and if it wasn't for LB Lee, number 80.
While no one is available this evening locally to accept on Mr. Denson's behalf, we remember and honor his many achievements on the gridiron, and we congratulate him. Wayne, congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Chris Dormer. I'm the superintendent of schools. I apologize for my lateness. Lesson learned, don't believe anyone that can tell you that you can get from Norristown Municipal Hall to this high school in 10 minutes. Not possible, not without breaking many laws. So I apologize for my lateness. I had a commitment there. Just want to take a quick moment. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you for all of our inductees. You inspire all of us. You inspire our next generation of Norristonians. And I know, although Wayne can't be with us, his accolades can show our students what is possible in life, and they can aspire to that level of greatness. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Tara K. White Fitch, class of 1998. Our next inductee into the Hall of Champions comes from the class of 98. Tara White Fitch played softball and field hockey in high school, but it was softball where she won her most acclaim. She was a pitcher for all 4 years in high school and was named second team All-Suburban 1 as a freshman in 1995. As a sophomore in 1996, she was voted first team All-Suburban 1 with a pitching record of 15 wins and 4 losses. The 1996 team was the Suburban 1 League champion for the first time in our school's history. Tara continued her softball prowess into her junior year as she was named first team All-Suburban 1 and second team All-Area by the Philadelphia Inquirer with a 13-8 one-loss record. That year, the team finished second in league play. In her senior year, Tara achieved even greater acclaim as she was named first team All-Suburban 1 pitcher, first team All-Area by the Philadelphia Inquirer, and earned Pitcher of the Week honors from the Norristown Times-Herald. The Eagles became co-champions of the Suburban 1 League. Her senior year pitching record was 14 wins and 6 losses, 138 innings pitched with a .609 ERA. She also had 163 strikeouts while pitching a no-hitter and 9 shutouts. After graduation, Tara brought her softball skills to Kutztown University, pitching for that team in 1999, 2000, and 2003. In her freshman year, she was named the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year and second team All-Conference. Tara appeared in 80 games for Kutztown with 247 strikeouts. Her 1999 record was 13-10 with a 3.21 ERA in 148 innings pitched with 80 strikeouts. In 2000, her record was 16-8 with a 1.72 ERA in 159 innings pitched with 113 strikeouts. And in 2003, Tara posted a 5-5 record with a 1.67 ERA in 75 innings with 53 strikeouts. Tara received her BA in English at Kutztown. Today, she is employed in the finance department of East Norristown Township. She shares her experience and knowledge in softball as a youth softball coach. She resides with her husband, Al Fitch Jr., and 3 children, Aiden, Nolan, and Sadie. Tara White Fitch, welcome to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
Thank you.
It's a new mic.
It's very bright. I'd like to start off by thanking the Hall of Champions Committee for all their work behind the scenes. There are countless phone calls and emails and many hours put in by them to make this all happen. Thank you for all that you do. To my parents, thank you. As a mom to a daughter who now plays travel softball, I can only begin to appreciate the time and energy you put into my softball career. Thank you for coming to every one of my high school games and for all of my college games that you made. You believed in me a lot more than I ever believed in myself and never let me quit, and for still showing up and supporting my old lady slow pitch softball team. To my sisters, who were the lucky ones who got to stand in as batters in the very early stages of my pitching career, sorry for all those times I hit you, but you are welcome for all those fun times you got to have since mom and dad were away at softball tournaments every weekend. Thank you to my brother, who was too young to stay home, so he had to spend most weekends of his childhood at a softball field. I think it helped develop your go-with-the-flow attitude and somehow didn't make you absolutely despise a ball field. Thank you to my husband, who is the only guy I won't ever pitch to. When I told him I needed my high school softball stats because I was being considered for the High School Hall of Fame, he sat and read through every newspaper article I had to compile them for me. I think he knows my softball career better than I do. To my children who continue to amaze me every day, Aiden, who somehow has the athletic ability of both my husband and I combined, Nolan, who has inherited his father's swing and not mine, thankfully, and my daughter, who at 10 years old is a far better pitcher and softball player than I was at that age. I can only hope one day you'll be standing where I am. To my catchers in high school, Allison McGram, Tammy Reddy, and Chrissy Hunsberger, a good pitcher is nothing without a great catcher. To all of my teammates, thank you also. Thank you to Coach Fabrizio, who would always tell me when those flags at the field are blowing in, I know it's going to be a good day for us. For Coach Chiquino, may he rest in peace, for always knowing that a well-placed curse word was sometimes exactly what I needed to hear. His early passing reminded me that life was too short not to play ball and reignited my love for the game. And last, but certainly not least, thank you to my biggest fan and supporter. Sorry, Mom, I think he has you beat, Coach McCarthy. Thank you for trusting me as a freshman and handing me the ball and never looking back, for letting me just be me, blue hair and all, and believing that I could step in the circle and bring us a win. I can't wait for the day we get to coach together. Coach McCarthy nagged the committee until they let me in. All that I have accomplished or achieved would not be possible without every person I mentioned. So again, thank you. Thank you.
Tyler M. Smith, class of 2011. Our next inductee is a graduate of the class of 2011, Tyler Smith, a member of the track and field and football teams. Tyler competed in track and field for 4 years, participating in 100-meter, 200-meter, and sprint relays. In 2009, he was District 1 champion in the 100 meters. In 2010, Tyler was Suburban 1 champion, District 1 runner-up, and PIAA state champion in the 100 meters. He placed third in the PIAA 60-meter indoor event. He was a finalist as a member of the 4x100 meter relay team for big schools. In Tyler's senior year, 2011, he was district co-champion and PIAA state champion in the 100 meters. He was the runner-up in the PIAA 60-meter indoor. He was also a Brock's Invitational finalist, a Golden Ticket All-American, and a member of the NAHS record-setting 4x100 meter relay team. He was also named Times Herald Athlete of the Year. In between all of his track and field accomplishments, Tyler still had time to play varsity football for 2 years, for which he was named First Team Suburban 1. Tyler's postgraduate education resulted in a BS in Healthcare Management from Georgetown University in 2015 and an MBA cum laude from Louisiana State University in 2018. He utilized his athletic prowess while at Georgetown as a member of the record-setting 4x200 relay team in 2013. In 2014, he was Big East runner-up in the 100 meters, third place in the 200 meters in the Big East, and third place in the Big East in the 60-meter indoor. Today, Tyler is employed as a pharmaceutical analytics manager for Lupin Pharmaceutical and resides in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's welcome Tyler Smith to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions. Accepting on Tyler's behalf are Pamela Smith and David Good.
Hello, everyone. First, I want to thank God for providing us the opportunities and putting us in positions along the way to be able to receive an award like this. I thank God. And I want to acknowledge my husband, David Good, for supporting us. I had my own speech written, and I had a picture of Tyler. He said, "No, Mom, this is not the ESPYs. Do not do that." I don't know. I think they I don't know if they mentioned that he was state champion 2 years in a row in the 100-meter dash, and his coach, his AAU coach, Shaquille Goodley, reminded me of that. So this is Tyler's speech. He's in Vegas for a conference with his job. So here we go. First and foremost, he says, "I want to thank the community for selecting me for such a prestigious award. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend the ceremony due to prior commitments. However, the person who made this award possible will be accepting on my behalf. I want to start by thanking my mother for always believing in me and instilling the values of hard work and dedication. You always taught me it's not where you are at today, but where you want to be tomorrow. I can confidently say that the multiple practices a day, continuous doctor visits, really paid off. Without you, Mom, none of this would even be possible. Secondly, I would like to thank all of my coaches for always seeing potential in me before I even saw it in myself. from my AAU coach to my high school coach and rec league coaches. You all played a major part in the athletic success, but most importantly, you helped me develop a well-mannered young man. So again, I thank you. To the community, thank you for always accepting me and supporting me from the start. When I decided to leave a private school and transfer to Norristown High School my sophomore year, many people outside of the community thought it was the worst decision I could have made for my future. Little did they know, it was one of the best decisions I have ever made in my life. Norristown sports is the heartbeat of the community, and it teaches you about pride and what it truly means to wear the N. Every race, every state championship I ever won, I never wanted to win for myself. I always wanted to win for the community and the people that never had the opportunity to win. Whenever I won, I always felt that the community won too. The most important aspect I learned from sports at Norristown is use the sport. Don't let the sport use you. Following this motto, I was able to use sports to open doors to obtain 2 degrees from elite higher education institutions. From everything Norristown was able to give me over the years, last year I was able to make an impact in the community with a couple other Norristown grads. We started the organization Norristown Dreamers that offers a scholarship and transitional support for college-bound Norristown High School seniors. We are always looking for more mentors from the community. This is arguably my proudest accomplishment to date, as it enables me to give back to a town and community that has meant so much to me. And it truly warms my heart to know that it was started alongside other Norristown High graduates. I hope this is just the start of a legacy of a young kid from Norristown that never forgot where he came from. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. To my friends and family, thanks for always keeping me on the right path and pushing me to become my best self. I would not be where I am today without you. To Norristown sports, the confidence you instilled in me at a young age still resides with me today. And I can say that I have never been more proud to be an Eagle. Thank you all for this great honor, and I hope to continue making Norristown proud. Thank you.
Brett N. Harner, class of 2013. Our final inductee in the Hall of Champions this evening is Brett Harner, a graduate of the class of 2013. As a young boy, Brett was always around wrestling with his father and 2 older brothers. In his youth, he showed promise to be a great wrestler. He was an experienced competitive wrestler long before entering high school. At age 7, he had already won the Middle Atlantic Wrestling Association Eastern Nationals and the Ohio Team of Champions. At NAHS, Brett was a member of the National Honor Society, played on the golf team, and was salutatorian of his class. But Brett was really all about wrestling. In his freshman year, Brett placed 1st in sectionals, 2nd in districts, 4th in regionals, and 8th in states at 140 pounds. Brett's sophomore year, he was ranked 6th in the nation at the start of the season. He took home a 1st place in sectionals, 1st in districts, 1st in regionals, and 4th at states at 152 pounds. In his junior year, Brett was 1st in sectionals, 1st in districts, 1st in regionals, and 3rd in states at 160 pounds. In Brett's senior season, he was first in sectionals, first in districts, first in regionals, and second in the state at 182 pounds. His wrestling stats for his entire high school career were an astounding 190 wins, 24 losses, and 110 falls. He was named First Team All-Suburban 1 all 4 years and First Team All-State Academic as a sophomore, junior, and a senior. Brett also participated in a number of prestigious national-level tournaments. As a junior, placing second in the Powerade tournament and third in the Beast of the East tournament. As a senior, placing third in the Walsh Ironman tournament and second in both the Escape the Rock and the Beast of the East tournaments. After high school, Brett attended Princeton University, where he was team captain during his sophomore, junior, and senior years. He was a 3-time NCAA Division I qualifier, and in 2016, he was an EIWA Conference champion and went on to capture All-American honors at the NCAA Division I National Championships. He also received NCAA All-Academic honors during his sophomore, junior, and senior years. He graduated from Princeton in 2017. Today, Brett is employed as an associate trader for Galaxy Digital based in New York City and currently works out of the company's Hong Kong office. Congratulations, Brett, and welcome to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
I'll still take you down. Have fun.
Good evening. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. I'd like to start by thanking all of the alumni, faculty, and the association who made tonight possible and this event every year. Obviously, I'd like to start thanking my family, my dad, who has been my coach my entire life, my mom for putting up with my dad and allowing me to wrestle, my brothers Timmy and Jimmy, who are also members of the Hall of Champions, practice partners later in my career, my Uncle Steve, Coach Snyder, Coach Ra, Coach Springer, and all my other friends and family who helped me get here today. Might not be surprising, but I come from a bit of a wrestling family. I was told I started at the age of 5, but I've seen pictures around the house where I'm wearing wrestling shoes that predate my 4th birthday. In any case, I attribute much of my success so far to growing up in a community where, the coaches and parents are all extremely dedicated to the success of their kids, both on the mat and just in their personal life. Kind of growing up, my dad was running our youth wrestling program, the West Norristown Golden Eagles, competitive at the national level. My Uncle Steve's running the high school program, winning sections, districts, regionals, year in, year out. From like an early age, Norristown was already the paradigm for wrestling excellence in Southeast Pennsylvania. Growing up, going to Hershey every year, watching my brothers compete at states, watching people kind of set records and achieve their dreams. Been like my lifelong dream to win a state title for Norristown. And my senior year, made the state finals, lost in quadruple overtime ultimate tiebreaker, which was at the time seemed like the end of the world. I was completely devastated. And until the next day, we were driving back, and my dad was like, if this is the worst thing that's happened to you so far, you've had a pretty good life. And that really stuck with me, and it made a lot of sense. I was like, all right, yeah, this is rough, but why can't it be better? It could be a lot worse, but why can't it be better, right? And looking back on the last 20 or so years, everything that's got me here, I think it's my experience as both a member of the Norristown community, Norristown High School, and as a wrestler has kind of been what's formed a lot of the forces for progress in my life so far. Here in Norristown, and in sport of wrestling, like no one's going to give you anything. If you want something, you have to put the work in. You got to seek out the resources and make things happen. I think just applying that to the rest of my life has been crucial. Extremely grateful for everyone who's helped kind of form that mentality throughout my life. And to the future, the current student athletes, I'd implore you to not be content, do what's unpopular, put the work in. You never know where it's going to take you. Thank you.
We have pictures later on. I'd like to introduce the athletic director, Anthony Palladino.
Thank you. Congratulations to those inducted into the Hall of Champions and those who will be inducted shortly into the Hall of Fame. I also want to thank the committee for recognizing our current student athletes and giving them the opportunity to see firsthand the fine tradition of Norristown. I'll start with recognizing student athletes of our sophomore class. Dana Johnson. Dana, aka DJ, is a member of the Eagles boys basketball and track and field teams. DJ is employed at the Elmwood Park Zoo. At school, he is a member of the Young Scholars Society and has represented the school at the 2019 Pioneer Athletic Conference Student Leadership Seminar held at Montgomery County Community College. DJ also has participated in community service projects such as the Montgomery County Rock the Block Cleanup and Town Hoop Community Park Cleanup. His future plans include staying involved and giving back to his community and attending college. DJ would like to thank his family for always supporting him and helping him with his academic career. Todd Picard. Todd is a member of the school's football, wrestling, and baseball teams. He has earned a varsity letter in wrestling as a freshman. Todd is also a member of the school's JROTC program, in which he was a 2019 Scottish Rite recipient. He was also on the school's robotics team that took 9th in states last year. Todd participates in various 5Ks in the area to support his community, including the Kids Chance 5K and Jake Maletsky Run to Remember. As an active member of his community, he volunteers to sell Christmas trees for his local fire company, umpires, and mentors younger student athletes. Academically, Todd has made the honor roll. His future plans include continuing his participation in athletics to earn honor roll every year, continue his base in JROTC, and prepare himself for life beyond high school. Todd would like to thank his mother for supporting his decisions and helping him achieve his goals. William Evans for waking up early to get him to school at 6 a.m. and for helping him accomplish his goals. His teachers and coaches for their patience and guidance, his family for always supporting him, and his dad for always watching over him. Now members of our junior class. Cameron Johnson. Cameron is a member of the school's girls volleyball and track and field teams. She is co-president of the class of 2021, Black Student Union Secretary, and vice president of the Tech School Allied Health Program. She has also received All-PAC second team recognition in volleyball for 2017 and 2018, and also PAC first team recognition for this past season. She is also a member of the school's Red Cross Club. Her future plans include to stay involved in clubs and school-wide events and to join the National Honor Society. Cameron would like to thank her mom and dad for always supporting her through her high school journey. Jordan Morse. Jordan is a member of both the Norristown indoor and outdoor track and field teams. He has competed at the PIAA District 1 Track and Field Championship meet, is an honor roll student, is ranked in the top 5% of his class, and serves as captain of the track and field team. His future plans include running track at a Division I school and to major in secondary education and athletic training. Jordan would like to thank Coach Milton and Coach Yane for giving him the chance to help lead the team. He also wants to thank his teammates for making the track team feel like a family. Finally, he wants to thank his parents for teaching him how to be a leader and balance sports and school. Gabrielle DiFrancesco. Gabrielle is a member of the Eagles field hockey, swimming, and softball teams. She has achieved Student of the Month honors, been captain of the field hockey team, JV captain of the softball team, secretary of the French National Honor Society, and editor-in-chief of the school's newspaper. Her future plans include to make the most out of the rest of her high school experience and to get accepted into Westchester to major in early childhood education. She would like to thank her parents for pushing her and never giving up on her no matter what. Gabby would also like to thank her brothers and her grandmother for coming to her games and supporting her. And now for members of our senior class, Max Guzman. Max is a member of the Eagles boys soccer team in which he has served as the captain. He is also a member of the school's DECA team and has been a district champion and state contender. Outside of school, he is on the Elite Soccer Club and FC Europa organizations. His future plans include to raise money and donate it to different causes, start a financial literacy group, and upon graduation, attend the University of Penn or Temple and become a financial advisor. Max would like to thank his mom for showing him what it is to work hard, even when times get rough, to always push through and keep going. She has played both roles as a mother and a father when she needed to and always put her kids first. He would also like to thank his father, who always told him to dream big and focus on his education and to always keep learning. He wants to thank his parents for everything they do for him, and he owes them an unpayable debt. Leah James. Leah is a member of the Eagles girls volleyball and indoor and outdoor track and field teams. She is the captain of the track and field team, holds the school record for the 100-meter dash with a time of 11.82 seconds, competed at states in both indoor and outdoor seasons, ranked number 4 in outdoor. Leah has competed at the national level as well for track and field. She is also a peacemaker for the Black Student Union. Her future plans include to finish out her senior year with good grades and to go to school to become a pediatric nurse. Leah would like to thank her mom for constantly supporting her and being there for her. She would also like to thank all her coaches for pushing her to do better in everything. Lastly, she wants to thank all her friends for always being supportive. Basima Curry. Basima is a member of the school's field hockey and girls lacrosse teams. She has been recognized as a member of the PAC All-Academic team. Basima was a student ambassador and attended the Portugal Conference. She is also an active member of the Girls on the Run Planning Committee and volunteers with the East Norristown Girls Athletic Association. Her future plans include to attend Colorado University and major in feminist and gender studies and sociology. Basima would like to thank her coach of 4 years, Coach Schuster, for helping her grow as a player. She would also like to thank the Gear Up and BTE program for helping her to find volunteer and leadership opportunities and assisting her with college applications. She also thanks her teammates for supporting her on the field and making field hockey fun. Finally, Basima wants to thank her parents for loving her and encouraging her to shoot high when making her plans for college and the rest of her life.
Okay.
Good evening. It is now time for us to recognize the previous inductees who are with us this evening. We certainly appreciate all of those who come and visit us and participate in our program each year. So at this time, I want to call your names, and would you please stand and remain standing until we have announced all the names, and please hold your applause until the end. I appreciate it. So, we begin with Miles Borel, class of 1974. He is a member of the Hall of Champions. Would you please stand? Next, Frank Rinky Batson, class of 1954, Hall of Champions. Jim Williams, class of 1962, Hall of Champions. Richard Slater, class of 1973, a member of the Hall of Champions and the Hall of Fame. Bob Beardelli, Hall of Fame, class of 1959. And last but not least, we have the widow, Joanne Bergandino, who is the widow of John Bergandino from the class of 1973. Thank you very much for coming.
Park H. Ulrich Jr., Esquire, 1948. Our first inductee into the Hall of Fame this evening comes from the world of law. A graduate of Norristown High School class of 1948, he was a true leader from his high school days through his time in the United States Armed Services and culminating in his law career. Park was very active in high school life. He was involved in the kinds of activities that would help prepare him for the career that lay ahead. From class congress, homeroom president, mask and wig club, and debate club, his leadership skills were evident, and he served as president of the National Honor Society and co-founder and member of the NHS Key Club. Park was also a leader in sports, playing junior varsity basketball and 3 years of varsity tennis, including becoming the 1948 state doubles champion with his partner, Eugene Coder. For his sports prowess, he was inducted into the NAHS Hall of Champions in 2002. He was the recipient of a senatorial scholarship to Yale University, graduating from that institution in 1952 with a BA in economics and English. Then it was on to the University of Pennsylvania, receiving his LLD, or Doctor of Laws, in 1957. The Korean War detoured Park's path. His leadership skills were at work as first lieutenant and platoon leader with Company A, 64th Tank Battalion, 24th Infantry Division in the United States Army. He was awarded the Legion of Honor Award from the Chapel of the Four Chaplains in Philadelphia. In his law career, Park served as an assistant district attorney for Montgomery County and in private practice, first with the law firm of Fox, Differ, Callahan, Ulrich, and O'Hara, and then the Masterson, Brownfeld, and Milner law firm. He was the solicitor to the Montgomery County Sheriff, to the Borough of Schwenksville, and the Schwenksville Borough Authority. He was a member and past president of the Montgomery Bar Association. Even with a busy law career and the family needs of his wife and 5 children, he gave back to the community. He served as the president of the Kiwanis Club, chairman of the West Norton Zoning Hearing Board, on the Board of Trustees of First Presbyterian Church, presided over the Norristown Daycare Center Board of Trustees, led Boy Scouts, and worked with the United Fund. Park was also one to give back to Norristown High School. Among other activities, he was one of the founders of the NAHS Hall of Champions. He wrote the organization's bylaws in 1977 and was appointed its first solicitor. A longtime resident of West Norton Township and a member of Augustus Lutheran Church in Trapp, Park is survived by his wife, Elizabeth, a member of the Norristown High School class of 1951, along with his children, Gwen Keneally, Lisa Kavanaugh, Ann Murray, Park Ulrich, and Kate Miller. His daughters are all graduates of Norristown. He has 12 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. We are pleased tonight to posthumously welcome Park H. Ulrich Jr. to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame. Accepting on Mr. Ulrich's behalf is his son, Chip.
So much. Thank you. You want to send it?
Diane S. Hessen, class of 1972. Our next inductee into the Hall of Fame is Diane Hessen, class of 72, a successful entrepreneur, researcher, and author who has been recognized across the country for her knowledge and skill in marketing and in building companies. Diane's journey began at Norristown High School playing tennis, flute, bassoon, and piano. She was on the yearbook staff and was secretary of her class. After graduating, she enrolled at Tufts University, graduating there in 1975, Phi Beta Kappa, and summa cum laude, earning her BA in English and economics. Next was the Harvard Business School, receiving her MBA in 1977. She was also selected to the Harvard Business School Century Club for Leadership. Diane is the founder and chairman of C-Space, formerly Communispace, which completely transformed the market research industry. She was CEO of the company during 14 years of exponential growth as C-Space worked with hundreds of global brands to gain insight and inspiration from their consumers. She has also worked with C-Space Technology to engage with 500 voters from all over America to find common ground and understand voter sentiment. She writes a column for the Boston Globe based on this work. In 2017, she was named to the Globe's editorial board. She has recently started a new company called Salient Ventures, which supports dozens of startups in the tech space industry. Her achievements have been acknowledged by many organizations. To name a few, the Pinnacle Award from the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce, the Most Admired CEO Award and Boston Power 50 Award from the Boston Business Journal. She was also named Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year and holds honorary doctorates from Bentley University and the New England College of Business. Diane has co-authored the book, Customer-Centered Growth, 5 Strategies for Building Competitive Advantage, a Business Week bestseller that is published in 11 languages. She's also found a way to bring music to the business world, founding the Sound Bites, an a cappella group that sings about business. Diane serves on many boards, including Panera Bread, Eastern Bank, Bright Cove, Tufts University, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, Mass Challenge, Coach Up, the Schlesinger Group, and the National Association of Corporate Directors. She is also an emeritus director of Horizons for Homeless Children and previously served as chairman of the board of the Boston Philharmonic. Diane resides with her spouse, Robert Stringer. She has 2 grown daughters, Lindsay Garces and Amanda Garces, a son-in-law, Ryan Flood, and a grandson, Bennett Flood. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Diane to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
Wow, what a night. Thank you so much. This is a huge honor, and it's so great to be back here. I left Norristown in September of 1972, but for all you football fans, I just want you to know that although I live in the world of the New England Patriots, I will always, always be an Eagle. Got a little peanut gallery over here. You know, I think about, I look at those photographs this evening, and I think I have so many memories of being at what we called at the time NHS. Norris, NHS, we had, I had it all over everything that I own. And one of my big memories is of my last night at high school, which should have been a really, really joyous night. And instead, I sat there after graduation for like 2 hours, just sobbing uncontrollably at the thought that I was about to leave this place. I really thought that it was just the pinnacle of everything for me. And at that time, we had the alma mater. It was the blue and the white, which I guess still is. it was very uncool to sing the alma mater in 1972. So we'd listen to it, but we'd sit there and not do any singing. But here, my father's family actually grew up in Norristown. So we're all sitting there quietly listening, and I turn around and hear my father was in the room with my 4 aunts, Lillian, Charlotte, Betty, and Faye. And the 5 of them stood up and were screaming the alma mater really loudly. I thought I was going to crawl under my chair. And I just wanted to acknowledge that my Aunt Lillian and my Aunt Faye are here tonight, along with my cousins Ruthie and Renee and Roberta. Thank you so much, and I promise you I'm not going to make you sing. This place transformed my life. During my 3 years here, my eyes were opened to new books and new cool subjects like psychology and new activities, new friends, new ways of thinking, and most importantly, lots of new dances like the jerk, the frug, the bump, and the Watusi. We were at A.D. Eisenhower. I know many of you here, we were talking about it before, which is on Coolidge Boulevard near the zoo. And it really was different. Lunch was 45 cents, and I wore dresses to school. And we had these cute little blue outfits that we would wear. We'd change into little blue outfits during gym class. The girls learned to cook and sew, while the boys learned carpentry and welding. And we had an unbelievable basketball team led by Henry Williams, who's no longer with us, and we were the best in Pennsylvania. Our prom song was Color My World by the band Chicago. I think that was every prom song for every high school in the entire country that year. And later on, we loved that song so much that at graduation, I got to play the flute solo, which was made famous by a guy in the band Chicago named Walt Paradiser, which I swear I practiced 10,000 times beforehand. I fell in love here for the first time. I had my heart broken for the first time. I learned French here. I met some incredible classmates here, some of who are here this evening. Joanne Bergandino, Holly Bennett, Steve Schmitz, Ted Monaco, Richard Slater sitting there in the back, who's in the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Champions. And this is also where I learned many important life lessons. Be a good friend. Do your homework. Listen hard, especially to people who are different from you. You're never successful on your own. You're always standing on the shoulders of other people. And from my teachers, what I learned is that life could be full of opportunity, and that what I should do is to dream big. So to be back here this evening with this honor is just extraordinary for me, and something that I will cherish for a long time. Thank you so much.
There we are. Colleen Gray Lelly, class of 1991. Colleen Gray Lelly began her path to fame as a well-rounded and active high school student, graduating in 1991. While at NAHS, she was a member of the marching, concert, and jazz bands. She was a cheerleader and secretary of her class. Her interest in communicating found its way out through her participation in Eagle News, writing for the Talon, the school newspaper, and Scribbler magazine. And she still found time to be copy editor for Spice. After earning her BS in education at Cabrini University in 1995, she began her teaching career as a learning support specialist at Pottsgrove High School. Her master's in education came from Beaver College, now Arcadia University, in 1999. By 2004, Colleen became a full-time instructor in the education department of Cabrini. She also is the coordinator of pre-K to 8 special education and the Autism Endorsement Program. In 2010, she earned her doctorate in reading education from Widener University. Dr. Lely has become a well-known expert in the field of trauma and domestic violence, sharing her knowledge in professional development conferences and invited presentations, both nationally and internationally. She has published articles and a book for children. She is currently writing a book to help guide educators, social workers, and anyone who works with children affected by trauma. She was named the inaugural director of the Barbara and John Jordan Center for Children of Trauma and Domestic Violence Education in October 2017. Dr. Lely has been most involved with Laurel House, a domestic violence agency serving all of Montgomery County. She has served on the board for 6 years and is currently serving as co-president of the board. She is involved in many other organizations that serve the needs of children and families, such as the Delaware County Women Against Rape and the Pennsylvania Council of Exceptional Children. She was awarded a Cabrini Faculty Distinguished Award for External Services in 2018. Somehow, Dr. Lely finds time to be involved in community activities at her church, Sacred Heart in Royersford, and through serving as a school board member in the Springford School District, along with the Royersford Public Library. She is a member of the Springford Moms Dancing with the Stars group that benefits the Springford Post-Prom. Dr. Lely lives in Limerick with her husband Michael, son Michael, and daughter Juliana. Dr. Lely, at this time, please come to the stage as we welcome you to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
Wow. First, I would like to say to the members of the Norristown Hall of Fame Committee, with the deepest gratitude for this extreme honor. I would be amiss to not thank the many mentors that I've been blessed to have as my guiding stars. Mentors who are family and friends that I respect and admire, and they have empowered me to be my best self. So many of you came out tonight. I'm still overwhelmed. And I can't recognize all of you, but I would like to thank many of you who supported me during my years here at Norristown High School. First, to Robin Parker. You and I have a very special bond, something that can never be broken. To my Gem Restaurant family, Tony and Linda Bello, my first bosses ever. God love you both, because I don't know how you did it. To Debbie Hutchinson and Tammy Hendricks and all the great times we had at the Gem. To Miss McKeever and Miss Tompkins, two of the best educators Norristown School District has. You are two of the educators. There are so many here, and we're so fortunate in this district to have so many great educators, but it's because of you that I became the educator I am today. Also, I would like to thank my parents, Barbara and Jim Gray. I could not have done all of those years without your support, your love, and your pushing me along all along the way, to my sister Christine, who let me play school anytime I wanted. Lastly, to my husband, Michael Lely, for your unwavering love and patience. I know I'm out of the house a lot of nights, and I thank you for that support. My mother has said that my sister and I are her biggest accomplishments. Well, Michael and Juliana, you are my biggest accomplishments. Thank you all for pushing me to soar and fly like a Norristown eagle. Thank you. Thank you again.
Julie J. Fulham Gilbert, class of 1998. Our final inductee into the Hall of Fame this evening is Lieutenant Colonel Julie J. Fulham Gilbert, a Norristown Area High School graduate from the class of 1998. In high school, Julie was active in sports and scholarship, running cross country for 4 years, and earning Suburban 1 All-League recognition in 1995 and 1998. Playing softball for 4 years and earning Suburban 1 All-League in 1998. She also was a swimmer and diver for 2 years. She played the violin in the orchestra, second chair, and was a member of National Honor Society. Upon graduation, she received an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point, earning a BS in Environmental Science and Systems Engineering in 2002. She was also a graduate of the Air Assault School in 2000 and the Airborne School in 2002. That was followed by 2 combat deployments in Mosul, Iraq, from 2003 to 2004, and Baghdad, Iraq, from 2005 to 2006. Julie continued her education, first earning a master's in human resources from Webster University in 2008, followed by a master's in policy management from Georgetown University in 2011, and in 2015, Army Command and General Staff College. She is a United States Army Adjutant General Corps officer, and her highest and current rank is Lieutenant Colonel. Julie has volunteered her time at Army installations in Kentucky, South Carolina, Indiana, and Virginia in support of quality of life for military members and wounded warriors from 2003 to 2017. She has received many military honors, including the Bronze Star Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Joint Service Commendation Medal, and the Army Commendation Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster. Today, she resides in Arlington, Virginia, with her husband, Colonel Daniel E. Gilbert, and their children, Damon, Chase, and Delaney. Lieutenant Colonel Gilbert, welcome to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
That would not have been good. This is a great crowd. Thank you, everyone, for coming. So first of all, I wanted to thank the Hall of Fame and Hall of Champions Association and Committee. Of course, I know all of the work and calls and emails and everything that goes into putting something so special like this together, so thank you. I'm truly honored and humbled to be amongst so many great people, so many great accomplishments. So congratulations to my fellow inductees. You know, I really count myself lucky to have walked this path and privileged to be a soldier. The Army really has been so great to me and my family, and I'm just truly blessed for it all. But really, I wouldn't be where I am without the love and support of so many people. First, of course, my mom and my dad, and my brother, who are, my mom and dad, career educators, over 35 years of service to this school district. And my brother also dedicated his life to being an educator. So thank you so much for being a part of that and a part of my life, and really getting me to where I am and being my biggest supporters. So I certainly want to thank all of my teachers and coaches through the years. Too many to list by name, but really they've honored me, touched my mind, touched my heart, and touched my creative spirit. So truly thank you for everything that you've done for me. Many of them are here tonight, and you know, I just really wouldn't be here and be on the path that I am without such great educators that have brought me up through the years. But I do want to say a special thanks to Mr. McMurray, who was my counselor here at Norristown. He's the one that introduced me to West Point and a summer program that I went to before my senior year here at Norristown. So it really changed the path of my life. So I very much want to thank him. And also Kate Bartlett, who is a lifelong friend. I was here today visiting, went to a couple classes for her, and she's been teaching here at Norristown for as long as I've been in the Army, so she's continuing that legacy, and I certainly appreciate everything that she's done for the school. Of course, I'd be remiss not to thank my family, my husband, who is my biggest fan, and also an career Army officer, and of course, my three beautiful kids, Damon, Chase, and Delaney, who are on this crazy journey that is the Army. And I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. So for all those people that I've mentioned, thank you so much. I dedicate this honor to you, and thank you again.
I'd like to introduce the principal of Norristown High School, Mr. Edward Roth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to be the principal of this high school. I have one confession to make. There was a small period of time during these presentations when I was talking to Mr. Palladino, because we both looked at each other during all these presentations kind of with this thought, and so I vocalized that even though I shouldn't have been speaking, and said, listening to all these accomplishments, I really don't know what I've done with my life, because you are all amazing. And your service to our community, your service to children, your service to our country, it's inspiring. And for all the young people who are here today, you have to look no further than to the adults who are in this room to be inspired, to know what it is that a Norristown area high school diploma can start you on the path towards. And for all of the adults who are here today, I tell you that if you want to be inspired, you have to look no further than to the children who are in this room, because these amazing, beautiful, talented men and women are going to go on to achieve goals and dreams just like those that we've seen honored here tonight. And so with that, let's introduce you to some of the finest that this amazing high school has to offer. First, Leah Sharawi. She's a member of the Blue and White Society of DECA of Young Scholars, the secretary of our Best Buddies Club, which is one of the best clubs you will ever find, member of the Student Task Force for Representative Madeline Dean, competitive dancer with the Dance Depot, and somehow still has time to work at Shenandoah. A DECA State qualifier, an honor roll and academic achievement award recipient, and a National Honor Society invitee. Loves social studies, which I'm happy to hear as a social studies teacher. Loves politics and would love to be a politician or a political commentator. And I'll tell you right now, you have my vote. Johnny Cedillos is a sophomore at Norristown Area High School, member of the Math League and the Psychology Society. Plans on joining the swimming and diving team at the high school this winter, as well as other clubs such as soccer, tennis, French Honor Society, and the National Honor Society. As his mother and father have told him various times, an education is the greatest gift he can be given. Therefore, his passion for science and acknowledgement of the importance of education, he is strongly considering being a teacher of sciences in a high school, and we hope that high school is the Norristown Area High School. Congratulations. Jewel Ta is a 10th grade student at the Norristown Area High School, plans on joining the Red Cross Club here at the school. Once Jewel graduates, she plans on going into college, university to become either a pharmaceutical scientist or an environmental scientist. The only thing she wishes to accomplish in the future is being able to make an improvement to society and our planet, and I have no doubt you will do both. Jessica Pocari, an 11th grade student at the Norristown Area High School, has been involved in a great club, the Young Scholars, and in DECA for 3 years. Been given several leadership positions and has succeeded against many challenges. After high school, Jessica plans to go to college and get a degree in either mathematics, business, or psychology, and none of us would be surprised if you got a degree in all three. Beatriz Alcala Ascension, a student here at the Norristown Area High School, involved in Unidad, Young Scholars, and the Honor Society, co-president of the Young Scholars and an officer in Unidad, which are both amazing student leadership organizations. Currently, Beatrice is planning on majoring in a STEM field, specifically biochemistry engineering. Congratulations. Devin Carpenter, member of the Young Scholars, the Black Student Union, DECA, Student Government for the class of 2021, and the Best Buddies program. Involved in swimming and diving both at Norristown Area High School and at the Norristown Area Aquatic Club. Also involved in track and field and in volleyball with Club Lehigh Power and King of Prussia. Class president at the class of 2021, a student board representative, a DECA state qualifier, and in the future wants to be a pediatric surgeon to pursue a love of science. Congratulations, Devin. Nicole Henry, member of the class of 2020 here at the Norristown Area High School. Not to brag, but a weighted GPA of 4.46. Member of DECA, dance, which Nicole began at the age of 5 and continues to the present, tap, ballet, jazz, contemporary, and also teaches students. A member of our National Honor Society, a member of our Student Council, a member of our Montella Norristown Student Exchange, and a member of Camp Nadig. Also, Best in Show for 9th grade at the Norristown Area High School Art Show. Best of Show in 11th grade. I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe has a chance in 12th grade. Student of the Month for Academic Achievement in both 2018 and 2019. Distinguished Honors in Math and Distinguished Honors in Education. There are a lot more awards here, and Nicole is sure to earn a lot more in her bright future. Congratulations. Our next student is Julietta Marinucci, Student of the Month in 2019, Society of Women Engineers Award, and Excellence in Gifted Award, all in 2019. A member of our Great Robotics Club from 2014 to the present, competing in VEX Robotics competition September through April. Captain of Team 255X, and a big part of us hosting a robotics tournament here every year. A member of DECA, member of Best Buddies, the National Honor Society, where she holds the co-president position, and a member of the absolutely amazing Photography Club. Congratulations. And last but certainly not least is Christian Flores. Christian is a member of the Norristown Area High School class of 2020, is a member of our National Honor Society, a member of DECA, and has been involved in both local and state competitions. Also, the marketing officer for the Photography Club, member of the French Honor Society, where Christian is the vice president, a member of the Red Cross Club, one of the founding members of the Red Cross Club. Played junior varsity baseball in 9th grade and went to Clarion University in the summer of 2019 as part of a Gear Up program. Has also been awarded in DECA, where he qualified for states in the hospitality and tourism event and won 3rd place in 2017, and is a winner of the Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award. Congratulations, Christian. And as I hand it off to Mr. Harner, I just want to say that the next time you hear anything negative about the Norristown Area High School, you remember these young men and women, because this is what we're all about. Thank you.
That is sensitive. I'm tapping to hear it. Okay, just a couple closing remarks here. First thing is, I'd like to thank Robert Smallbach for the PowerPoint presentation. He did a fabulous job. Rosemary Zumo, who was the scriptwriter, and Jeff Brandon, our off-stage announcer, the voice of Norristown. Okay, also all the inductees and weanyone who received, stood in for an inductee, we'd like you to stay for a minute. We have to get a couple pictures. Everyone else, when we're done our blue and white, we'll be having refreshments in the cafeteria, which is basically, you got the back doors, go right or left, you're going to end up there. Okay, it's just on the other side of that wall. And finally, we would like everyone to stand for our for our alma mater. If you have forgotten it over the years, you will find the words in the last page of the program. I never learned it.
You bring in the inductees up on stage.
I mentioned that, yeah. Thank you. All right, you got that?